Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, forward warning, today's show is going to be brilliant. I wasn't expecting this from this map. It's an outstanding map, absolutely outstanding. Even though the creator already has 2 maps in the map of the year's top 40, I expect this one's going to be in the top 40 for 2019. It is glorious. Not only that, we've got an asset that matches up with the map and it looks glorious too. It's basically all comes together and it's going to be a glorious show. So you might as well show your approval now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hit the like button, really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thanks for your support. Today's map is Bruck by Waftthrudnir, based in a location in Austria, which apparently is Waftthrudnir's home country. Didn't know that, learned something today. There's your start square. Looks like there's plenty of build spot there. Not a very flat map though, as you're about to see. There is your terrain. But that said, plenty of river valleys and buildable areas along the banks. Good. Resources, yep, kind of ore and fertile land. The oil is used for snow because we're using the Alps Dolomites with snow European theme by Mr. Miyagi there. The LUT, I wanted to try and match up with the thumbnails. The only thing in the description is relight and its LUTs is the instructions. So I basically went through pretty much all of them and tried to match things up. Took me a little bit of time, but I've got it pretty close. There is this requirements list, the essentials, the tunnel entrances and trees and rocks and stuff. But I'm sure you can make those ones out yourself. Okay, off to the map. Now, based on a real life location, based on, of course, not a strict recreation. And what we have is 2 roads coming in from roughly the same location, going in the same direction. And I'm feeling that this windy road here, the one that's taking these switchbacks down the side of the hill, is the old road. I suspect that this is the old link through, while the highway is a more modern connection. Hence they run alongside each other, more or less, and traffic is kind of splitting between the 2 of them. That would be my best guess as to the real life explanation. It makes a lot of sense to me anyway. So we're going to sort of like look at both of them, but kind of concentrating more on the national road down here than the highway. Nice little look at the detailing here with the retaining wall and of course the key there as well, holding everything in place. And then we've got sort of like a tiered effect between here and the highway with a connection between the old road and the new road. I like the look of that. Now we are getting a little bit of highway traffic back up here because of stop-start traffic. Not really an awful lot we can do about it, I feel, short of Traffic Manager Present Edition. Probably be highly recommended for this particular map. I'm not going to mark down the map for gameplay because of that, because it does look like a map which is going to be played by somebody who uses mods rather than the vanilla game. And if you're using mods, you almost certainly are using Traffic Manager. So I'm gonna roll with that. Following the national road down here to what is the busy part of the map, where we have, well, the intersection of the intersections. Look at this. Wow. Look, that's really good use of the land space available. Not just the 2 roads, but we've got the rail as well connecting up through it. We'll have a look at the rail in a minute, of course. And just the bridge placements, and it just all really works so slickly. I'm so impressed by that. So impressed. Also impressed, we've got custom bridge over here. Now, I'm going to be a bit picky with detailing because there's really not much to complain about, so I'm going to be very petty, okay? First of all, the steps here, you can't really get up them from the bottom because not that they're going to be used anyway, because it's just props basically. But yeah, they're you Where are you going to go to down there? I don't know. That's grumble number 1. Grumble number 2. This looks absolutely nothing like me. Okay, absolutely nothing like me. Does make me smile. Thank you very much for the emoji. And I'm looking around here. We are in Start Square, so there's got to be an asset around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. There it is. And now I'm going to put my German teeth in. It's the Watermill Schleifmühle Schwerin rotating by SvenBerlin. Yes, I'm just going to call it the rotating watermill from now on. It's a lovely, look at this, with the rotating props params as well, making the things spin. It's a very lovely thing, and Sven is a top creator. Now, factoids, because factoids. Now, this one's actually a factoid about the channel. Since launching the channel, we've reviewed well over 700 maps now. Actually, if you add up the combined total land area of all those maps, it's about 248,000 square kilometers, which is actually larger than the landmass of the United Kingdom. So there we are, covered a lot of space. Anyway, there you go, Watermill rotating by SvenBerlin. Today's asset of the day. Yeah, we've covered the entire United Kingdom in landmass since the series began. That's going so. I'm quite proud of myself. I remember last time I checked, it was about the size of Sri Lanka. We have gone to the next level. My goodness me, can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I'm going to try and believe it. Of course, the actual map sizes, of course, a lot of that is quite often water with seas and coasts and oceans and stuff. So yeah, it's probably less than the United Kingdom in terms of actual land. I'm still following this national road, by the way. Yeah, in terms of actual amount of land mass covered, we're less, but the actual map areas, yes, we have now covered more than the United Kingdom. Whoa, that includes of course England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and all the ancillary islands, not including the Isle of Man, although to be honest with you, you could include the Isle of Man and the Channel Islands, because honestly I've under calculated big time. There's several thousand square kilometers to spare. So, and we're adding a few more square kilometers now, another 300 plus square kilometers with this map. So yes, we could include all of the British Isles, as we call them even. Okay, heading over a few more bridges and then down to this intersection here, which connects up that national road with that original highway again. That's our third highway to highway connection that links all the way back through a number of tunnels back to the way we began. And then this heads off towards the fog, which means I think, well, a little bit wobbly, possibly a bit wobbly on the little bit of road glitching, tiny weeny. I don't mind that too much, that's fine. Possibly a little bit of a wibble on the bridge there, but it's barely noticeable. We come over and we'll have a look at the rail. The rail is very slick, very, very slick. Not really anything to grumble about anywhere along this. You can have a little look at some of maybe the rail side detailing, rather than concentrating on the actual line and wondering whether there's any faults or glitchy details. Where there is, I'll point it out, so don't worry. So yes, what we'll be doing come the end of the year, because I've still got part 2 of the best maps of the first year of the Viewer's Choice, has been such a big success with you guys. Come the end of the year, end of 2019, where I choose my map of the year and pick my best 6 maps, or the 6 maps that I think are worthy of note. Lovely little bridge there. I'll still do my map of the year show where I pick my personal choices, but we'll also do the Viewer's Choice top maps of the year as well, which will probably have to be in early January, because we've got to allow for all the votes to be compiled. But maybe the very end of the year, maybe early January. And I've got a very strong feeling that this particular map is going to be in that top 20, or in top 40, thereabouts, whichever. It's just a beauty. It is an absolute beauty. There's very little wrong with it. Plenty enough build plane to build a decent sized town, if not a giant metropolis city, but this isn't the sort of map location that you're really going to want to cram skyscrapers. Maybe you could cram skyscrapers in everywhere. Loving the quality of the road bridge there. Now, just down here, this is the only issue with the rail. We've got catenaries on the rails there. Once again, you could use catenary replacer to replace that. And a little bit of blue mantle glitching there. Weeny tiny weeny thing. If you can then look at the detailing, look at the detailing alongside of the rail there. A little bit of floral. Yeah, it's so distracting that there probably are thousands of errors with this map, but I'm not noticing them because it's just such a glorious build. Such a glorious build. So many areas, feature areas that I'm just like distracted by here. Yeah, even now I'm looking off to the right and looking at all the rock work in the river and the foliage work along either side of the line here. It's just so it's quality through and through, and a very believable line as well. So Waftthrudnir, you have really surpassed yourself with this particular map. There's plenty more to see after the intermission, so do come back for that. And I wonder how I'm going to rate this one. Is it going to be an all-star map? Not long to wait. Not long to wait.
Have you ever wondered why the traffic AI is so bad in this game? Why do all those cars all want to use the same lane? Then you need BonBonB's Guide to Traffic AI. Click the information button now.
And so on to the shipping routes. Now it's a windy river. Now if you have a little look here, there is a boat there, and it's not one of the vanilla ones, because if you go into the description, there is a recommendation for a couple of river boats to use and the advanced vehicle options mod, and yes, I've got it all set up. So yeah, the low bridges aren't a problem. They are not a problem, even though we've got the shipping route that goes right down the middle of the map. Again, this is a map which will be played by modders rather than vanilla players. That said, if you're a vanilla player, you can still play it. You'll just have some ugly vanilla ships crunching through bridges, but you can still do it. You could still do it. I'm not saying vanilla, you're still going to have to subscribe to a few bits and bobs. Anyway, good shipping route going down there. Water flow, we've got very strong water flow going down most of the rivers. Well, I say very strong enough water flow going down all the rivers to be able to work a vanilla rules game. Like down here, you can see the rivers are all merging in together. It is a proper working river system, which is always a bonus. I do like to see people that know how to manage to make a proper river system work. And that just flows off the edge of the map eventually through the gorge there. And some lovely little islands there as well. Very tidily done. So the map as a whole. Let's go down and have a little look at the start square area. Not perfectly flat, but plenty of flat enough build areas to be able to get in and do something. You come to the other side of that hill and there's quite a lot of build plane going up that valley there. And then if you come across here, it opens up quite wide. You've got a lot of build plane going on over here as well, and lots of islands to work with down that way as well. Well, maybe have a little look at that a bit later on. But yes, we've got plenty of options, and I'm just loving the terrain work, loving the river work, loving the networking. Let's have a little look up there. Nobody's going to be building up this way, really, are they? And the amount of detailing and attention to detail that has gone on this area up here, where there's very little going on. What are the water sources like up here? Let's have a little look at the water. Okay, I'm not really sold on that water source. I see what they're trying to do. Almost a little bit too much right off the bat. That said, if we were to come and have a look at the snow-capped mountain over here, water source over here is about as good as it gets. I'm going to be a little bit further up the stream, and then you'll see here we got snowmelt, and it does look like a proper water source. Again, possibly more water pouring right off from the bat than you'd expect normally, but I think you get away with it. on that particular situation. So I would be very happy with that. Now down here, I promise you a little look at these islands. You could do some builds down here. You could do something quite clever down here. Maybe even get some ferries on the go as well. I quite like that. That's an option maybe for the main part of the city, even if this is the start square over here. Right, what more? What haven't we covered? There's plenty. Yes, this rock work. It caught my eye earlier on, and the rock work going up the river. This is really nice. Again, I wouldn't want to do anything with this at all. I just leave this untamed, and I love the foliage work up the riverbank. The entire map just comes together. So much time has been spent on it. This isn't a 5-minute map. This is not a 5-minute map. Now down here somewhere, I'm looking for something specific. Detail. If you're looking for detailing errors, right, this is me being very petty, right? This rock on the riverbank here, you can see kind of under it. Now you might argue that the water has washed away the soil from underneath it. So I'm going to say, okay, I'll let you have that. I don't buy it, but it's possible. And so as it's possible, I'll let you have it. I would also grumble about somewhere up here, there's some more rocks. Now this is really petty, alright? Waftthrudnir, I'm really cross with you. See these rocks here? They're the ones I've got a problem with, right? Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to grab move it. Because props matter. You don't waste props. We'll get rid of that. Props really matter. Oh, Waftthrudnir, I'm so cross. Look, if we move that rock out of the way, it's fine. Move that rock out. Watch these. Look at these. You doubled up my rock count. That's 3 props I can't use for decorating my city. What are you doing? You're ruining my day. Okay, so we've got 3 double. Don't ask me how I found those. I didn't spend all day moving rocks, but I did find them. Hang on a minute. That's 3 props duplicated. Not happy. Anyway, castle up here. Do you know what? You only need this single castle prop. I don't care if it's vanilla with the vanilla trees. It works. And we've got the tower down here. That just adds enough to it that it now feels complete. I think that's all you need. I think Waftthrudnir's done very well not to get sucked in and build a big castle. One of the assets that you can subscribe to on the workshop in the requirement list are these vineyards, and they look amazing. These look much better than trying to do prop line tool drawing yourself. It's like, yeah, that's quality work. Wow. So anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Be serious now. Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month or the year? Only you can decide. Don't be swayed by me. Make your own decision. This is why we have 2 separate parts, you see. My votes. Aesthetically, I am blown away. I don't think there's really anything more that Waftthrudnir could do to make this a more attractive map, and for that, I'm giving it 5 stars. Detailing. There are 1 or 2 tiny weeny, grumbly things that you could say might knock it down from 5. My bigger problem was that there wasn't actually the specific LUT required in the description, and it took me a while to find a LUT that matched. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It's a very high 4 stars, and I'm being very petty, I know. Gameplay potential. Do you know what? I don't care if it's not a huge landmass to build on. I love this. I think there's loads of options, and I think it deserves 5 stars right down that. Just a beautiful map. Just a beautiful map. Well played, Waftthrudnir. Bruck. Oh, what a map. Yes, it gets the BonBonB seal of approval. Of course it gets the BonBonB seal of approval. And I'm really taken by this one. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it. Well, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, and for joining me for another map in the What Map series. Wow. Tomorrow we'll have the Steam Weekly Chart Show and part 2 of the Map of the Year, which will be the Map of the Year from the first 12 months of the Viewer's Choice. Who can tell? Well, I can, because I've got the list here, but you'll have to wait 24 hours. And then I'll see you again on Monday for another map in the What Map series. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you very, very soon.